Did you know that poor socialization can make the dog more noble? In a challenge for its owner. It is surprising how some small errors, but frequent, can complicate life with protective races. And we are not talking about something exaggerated. Sometimes it is as simple as not understanding what it means to protect from your dog's point of view. Today, we are going to break down 15 common mistakes that many commit with protective races. From the Argentine Shepherd to the Argentine Dogo, some of them you may already be avoiding well there, but others may be going unnoticed. The best you will learn how to prevent without going into complex training topics. So if you have or plan to have a protective race, pays attention, because this video can be a before and after of your coexistence. Let's start. To assume that being protective is synonymous with aggressiveness. It is very common to hear someone say, "My dog has to be brave because he is a guard." And no, it does not have to be. Protective races are designed to defend, if necessary, but that does not mean that must be in a constant state of alert. The aggressiveness a protective dog continues is one that knows how to distinguish between a real threat and a daily situation. If you allow or even encourage aggressive behavior, you are creating a risk not only for others, but also for your dog. Recalls that uncontrolled aggressiveness can get them into serious trouble, including euthanasia in extreme cases. Not to expose them to the world as puppies. A dog that does not see does not understand. If your puppy does not get used to noises, people, other animals, or even different surfaces, such as grass or asphalt, is likely to grow up being insecure, and an unsafe dog is more likely to overreact. Socialization does not just mean walking it, but expose it gradually to new experiences in a positive way. For example, take it to a park, introduce you to quiet friends, or just let him explore the street calmly. Can make a big difference in your confidence. Overprotect them. This happens more than you think. There are many owners who do not let their dog interact with other people or dogs because they are afraid of something happening to them. What they do not know is that this can be more harmful than useful. Dogs need to learn to handle themselves. In social situations, if you constantly withdraw it or save it from everything, you are limiting their ability to learn to react properly. This can also increase your anxiety level and dependence on you, which is not healthy. Ignoring their body language. A dog never acts out of nowhere. There are always previous signs that tell us how he feels or what you are thinking. For example, a dog that grunts before biting is not being bad, is warning you that something is bothering him. If you ignore these signs, you may encounter behavior then it will be much more difficult to survive. Learn to identify things as the movement of the tail, the position of the ears, and the of the body. It's like learning a book, but in the form of a dog. Reinforce protective behavior incorrectly. Imagine this. Someone passes by your house. Your dog barks and you bark without thinking too much about it. You say, "Very well," defends the house, even if it seems somewhat. This is teaching you that any noise or person is a threat. Over time, this can become a bigger problem, especially if you start receiving complaints from neighbors or visitors who do not feel comfortable near your dog. The ideal is to reward him only when protective behavior is necessary and is under control. To believe that because they are big, they do not need social games. A large dog does not mean a dog Sometimes, by size or imposing breed size, such as the Rottweiler or the Maz N, owners prevent them from interacting with other dogs. However, all dogs need to socialize. Playing with others teaches them important skills such as sharing, respecting the space of others, and understand social boundaries. It is also an excellent way to burn energy and reduce stress. To be afraid to take him to the park. Many owners avoid parks because they fear that their dog could cause problems. Although it is true, some parks are not suitable for all dogs. Avoid them completely only reinforces the isolation of the dog. If you are afraid of how it will react, begins with walks at less busy times and in quieter parks. You can also use a muzzle as a preventive measure. While working on their socialization, it is better to take small steps to avoid the problem altogether. Not monitoring interactions with children. Children are often, they run, shout, and sometimes they do things. How to pull him by the ears or ride on top of a dog. Even if your dog is the most patient in the world, that does not mean that I should tolerate everything. Oversight is key to avoiding misunderstandings that can lead to a bad experience for both the child and the dog. In addition, is an excellent opportunity to teach both of them how to interact respectfully. Compare them with other breeds. Compare your wild shepherd to the golden retriever of your neighbor makes no sense. While golden may be more sociable, the Argentine shepherd can excel in obedience and work. Instead of looking for corpses, celebrate differences and learn to understand what makes your dog special. Not providing enough mental exercise. When we think of exercise, we tend to imagine long walks or races. But protective races need more than that. Exercise your mind is just as important as exercising your body. Games how to search for hidden objects, solve riddles for dogs, or practice advanced commands can help keep your mind active and reduce behaviors unwanted due to boredom. If you got this far, it's because you're liking the video, right? Then, why? You haven't liked it yet, and subscribe. If you have not, it's free, and with that, you help the channel very much to continue growing and creating more content. Thanks for your support. I know I count on it. We continue to give them too much freedom too soon. Another error is to rely too much on the fact that your dog knows what he is doing. Sometimes we let the puppy of a protective breed wanders unsupervised, thinking he will behave well because he is small. The problem is that these breeds learn fast, both good and bad. A young dog with no clear boundaries can develop behaviors such as barking at everyone or chase other animals. It is important to teach them from the beginning what is allowed and what is not, but always consistently. It's not about being an angel, but to give them a solid foundation to let them know how to act in the future. Do not them to visits. If you have a protective dog and you never expose it to new people at home, each visit will be seen as a marvel. This does not mean that your dog should be the soul of the party, but he must learn to distinguish between a friend and a stranger. You can start with controlled presentations. Lets the visitor smell from a safe distance and reward it if it remains calm. Will gradually understand that not all those who cross the door are a threat. Let the visitors give you a prize. Maybe a good step away from, and no more visitors touching it first. That he is the one who decides. To think that he does not need human companionship, although these breeds are known to be independent and strong, that does not mean that they should be alone all the time. Many people think that a protective dog can live in the yard or with minimal human interactions. Nothing could be further from the truth. These breeds need to build a bond with their owner. If they do not, will feel, and is more likely, that develop undesirable behaviors, such as overbarking or even becoming territorial. A daily playtime, walks together and caresses, can make a big difference. Ignore the importance of establishing routines. Dogs, especially protective breeds, instability, if you do not have a clear routine, can become dynamic and reactive. For example, if today you take him for a walk at a.m. and tomorrow you do it at 3 p.m., will not know what to expect, and that can cause frustration. Tries to maintain consistent meal schedules, walks and playing time. A predictable routine not only gives them security, but it also helps to make your partner more dynamic. Not respecting their space. They are large, strong, and seem invincible, but that doesn't mean they have no limits. Many owners, especially families with children, make the mistake of treating a protective dog as if it were an angel, constantly invading its space. This can generate stress in the dog, and in extreme cases, comments respect their rest zone, your bed or favorite place. If they are eating or resting, avoid disturbing them. Respect your personal space is key to their trust in you, and feel safe in their environment. Having a protective race is not complicated, but it does require commitment and knowledge. Every mistake we avoid is a step towards a healthier coexistence and balanced with our dogs. At the end of the day, they just want to be part of our life, protect us, and receive love. Now tell me, which of these errors do you think is the most common? Or better yet, you have committed some without realizing it? Let me know in the comments. I would love to read your experience. If you are interested in this topic, I recommend you to watch the video I leave here, and don't miss the next one.